All right, let's talk about Sproutify School. This is a tool that's really changing the game for hydroponic towers in the classroom. We're talking about going from total spreadsheet chaos to real, measurable student success.
Okay, let's just be real for a second. If you're a teacher with hydroponic towers in your classroom, this probably sounds painfully familiar, right? pH readings on napkins, trying to remember which plant is which, and then your principal comes asking for results. It's this amazing teaching tool, but it's buried under a pile of just mess.
And that mess often leads to what we call the spreadsheet nightmare. Seriously, before a tool like Sproutify, this is the day-to-day. You're stuck in this frustrating loop of manual tracking, you're missing out on key learning moments, and honestly, it can make you wonder if the whole thing is even worth it.
I mean, think about it. Your data is just everywhere. pH levels end up on sticky notes, harvest weights are jotted down in some notebook, and your students have no idea which port has the lettuce and which one has the basil. It's confusing for them, and you've got this mounting pressure from your admin who, wants to see some actual results from the program.
But what if you could just get rid of all that? What if you could take all that chaos and turn it into this clear, organized, and honestly super powerful learning experience? Imagine if your classroom towers actually had a brain to handle all those little details for you.
Well, that's exactly where Sproutify School comes into the picture. It's basically a digital command center for your whole hydroponics program. Everything you need is on one single clean dashboard. No more jumping between notebooks and spreadsheets.
So just imagine for a second, seeing the health of every single tower you have, all at once from one screen. You don't have to run around checking each one anymore. The dashboard is tracking all the important stuff for you, pH, nutrient levels, light, so you know exactly what needs your attention, like right now.
And here's one of the simplest, but honestly one of the most powerful features: instant color-coded feedback. When you or one of your students puts in a pH reading, the system instantly tells you where you're at. Green means you're good to go, yellow is a warning, and red means, hey, danger, pay attention. It completely takes the guesswork out of the equation.
But Sproutify goes way beyond just tracking the tower's vitals. This is where it gets really cool. It lets you track every single plant's entire life, from the second that seed goes in the ground all the way to harvest and even after.
So you can follow that whole journey. You assign a specific plant to a specific port, you log how it's growing, and then, when it's harvest time, you record the exact weight and, this is huge, where that food actually goes. Did it go to the cafeteria? Was it donated? Did students take it home? You end up building this amazing, rich story for every single seed you plant.
Okay, this next part is what I find really exciting. It's how Sproutify completely flips the script on the student's role. It takes them from just kind of watching on the sidelines to being active, hands-on participants in a real scientific process.
It's a huge shift in the classroom dynamic. Before, it's you, the teacher, trying to manage all the data. But with Sproutify, the students are the ones logging the vitals, they're logging the harvests, and because their individual contributions are tracked, they get credit for their work. It turns learning from something passive into this awesome, hands-on collaborative project.
And this all happens through some really smart features. There's a kiosk mode, which is just a super simple, pin-protected screen students can use on any tablet or computer. They can upload photos of their plant's progress and get credit for it. There's even a leaderboard system that kind of gamifies the whole thing, turning harvesting into a fun, friendly competition.
So here's the bottom line. All of this amazing data you're collecting, it's not just about growing healthier plants. It's about having the proof you need to show that your program is a success. You can finally demonstrate its value clearly and with real numbers to anyone who asks. Because let's face it, your program deserves way better than a bunch of sticky notes.
And the results? They're pretty powerful. For starters, teachers see an 80% reduction in the time they spend just managing data. 80%! Just think about what you could do with all that time back. You can actually, teach.
And all that focus on better data, it leads to better results in the towers too. We're talking about a 40% average increase in successful harvests. It's simple. When you can track everything clearly, your plants are just healthier.
But maybe the most important number is this one. Look at the impact on your students. Their engagement just skyrockets. With Sproutify, you see 85% of students actively participating. Compare that to maybe 30% with the old manual methods. That is a massive, massive difference.
And that data lets you tell these undeniable success stories. You can walk up to your principal and say, hey, we didn't just grow some lettuce. You can say, my 4th grade class harvested 45 pounds of vegetables. Their science scores went up 23%, and they were invited to present their data at the district science fair. It takes a classroom project and turns it into this incredible, data-driven showcase of what your students can achieve.
Look, at the end of the day, Sproutify School is all about unlocking the real potential of those hydroponic towers. It turns them into the powerful, hands-on learning labs they were always supposed to be. So the only question really is, what will your students discover?